Let it all go on. Now, where's my J-pop playlist? Because I dead ass miss my J-pop playlist. Where's my J-pop playlist, bro? The night that I saved my life, bro. Where's my shit, bro? Where's my history? Let's see. J-pop. No. Yes, sir. Go. They just need to not be ass. No, they need originality to a certain degree. And I'll explain exactly why I'm saying that. Gohan, shut the fuck up. No, because look, I can go back to Dragon Ball Infinite World right now, right? And that game is how old? How old is Infinite World? Infinite World is like 15, 20 years old, bro. And I have absolutely no problem with getting on Dragon Ball Infinite World right this second. Because it was an original game, bro. It was something they did from scratch. It was, you know what I mean? It was something that they thought of and took a chance to make. All these games are just Storm clones and repeats. And they just don't, it doesn't get nowhere, bro. It's a waste of product, waste of time. Why the fuck is this ugly ass nigga on my screen? No, it's a complete waste, bro. Like they need to come up with some original shit, bro. I am so tired of the same copy and paste games. We need some originality. I mean, we're still not gonna sit here and downplay and pretend like the community is not part of the problem too, because you know, y'all already know my 2 cents when it comes to that. I feel like the pure underrepresentation of what the real problem with gaming is community based, but you know, outside of that, you know, we need new shit, bro. How many Storm clones are we gonna get? How many repeats are we gonna get? And I get it, Naruto Storm was revolutionary. That was the game that hit lightning, but at a certain point you gotta take a risk and do it the right way. And I don't feel like it's hard to do that. Especially when you already have previous results to show you exactly what to do and what not to do. Matter of fact, let me just know? Change this thing. Stay with me. It's my maple. Okay. Yeah, no. I feel like lately there's been a lot of hype videos for, you know, saving Sparking Zero, like what to do for the betterment of Sparking Zero. And that's cool. You know, it's always good to have that positive outlook on the game, but I feel like that ship is sealed, bro. I feel like at a certain point it becomes hypocritical to just farm, you know, now we gotta save Sparking Zeros. I think it's a little too late for that. You guys have already set the precedence that the game is negative. You know, that's just how I feel about it. I don't think at this point it would matter if you make a video on how to fix Sparking Zero when you guys have already set the narrative that the game is bad, the game is ass, it's not worth saving. But if only this bitch didn't have armor. I know. Ooh. I might be able to win this. I doubt it though. Yeah, GG. No, but I feel like, you know, at a certain point when you've already set the precedence that the game is dead, the game is bad, the game is this, the game is that, it doesn't make sense to come back way later and then talk about how to save the game when there's nobody left to talk about it. There's nobody left to play the game. You know, it's a waste. It's a handful of people on this game right now. It's an absolute fucking waste. You know, it's the same storm treatment, so to speak. I feel like it's the exact same thing with Storm at a certain degree. When you set a precedence that the community is this way and you create an environment where it's this way and you know, force or at least decentivize people from being a part of that community, and then you come back way later and say, hey, look, this is what we have to offer. You know, you kind of wasting your time at that point. You've already set the precedent that that's the type of community that you are comfortable with. That's the type of community the Storm community is. So why would any advertisements, you know, events or anything that you have be appealing to anybody? I wouldn't want to join that shit. And it's the same thing. I like the fact that people are coming up with the good ideas and stuff like that, but let's be real. I think that ship is a little too far too late. Especially when the narrative is already sold, bro. It's a little too late for that. Everybody's excited for the season 2, which is cool. You know, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. But at a certain degree, you know, it's like talking to nobody, essentially. Dudes had their chance to save Sparking months ago, but no, we wanted to spam cheese, elevator playstyle, and then shit on the game like we didn't do all that. No, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, and then when, bro, like I said, it's so annoying. Talking about these games and the cycles are so annoying because it's so abundantly obvious to the average person who has eye sockets.
Wow, this is really weird.
The cool thing right now to do is to uplift Sparking Zero and talk about how to fix it. So now everybody want to do it, but it's too late for that, bro. It's way too late for that, bro. Y'all already set the pre-descents for what the game is about. It's nice that y'all want to help the game, but like I said, it's the same thing with the Storm community. Y'all gonna help a dead game flourish? Now y'all want to help the game flourish after there's no player base? That's dumb. That's dumb. Now y'all want to make it seem like y'all care just so that, you know, on the way out it looks like you did something? That's dumb. You got after mission right on. I definitely banished that, but alright. He said, wow, you've done a lot of training. Blew himself up. Alright, Vegeta, relax. I haven't actually seen as much excitement over there, but I'm glad they're going to support it. Past season 1 talks are over. I mean, it's over for now. For now. Now that we have a guaranteed season 2, but they said January. You know, January, you know. I don't know if y'all waiting for January. You know, it's cool if you do. You like what you like, but I'm not waiting until January, bro. I'm gonna wait till January for nah, I'm good, bro. Did I miss everything? Nah, I literally just started talking about it. I'm just saying, I feel like it's a little too late for the whole how to save Sparking Zero treatment when, you know, for months dudes have been hate farming the game. You know, we should have been doing this talk. The whole, oh shit, we're getting season 2, how to save Sparking Zero. What tips, you know what I'm saying? What things can we do to betterment? You know, I feel like that rhyme style video and all these other videos that are now dropping about, you know, how to fix the game is way late. Way late. Way late. You know what I'm saying? Way late. We already did the whole Sparking Zero's dead, the problem with Sparking Zero, and now it's like the game basically doesn't have a player base, and now y'all want to start talking about how to save it? That's corny to me. I feel like that's corny to me. That's something we should have been doing when the game dropped the first 2 or 3 months in, not after we get our views and talk about the problems with it. I mean, I'm not saying it glazed the game, because the game clearly had problems, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? It's too little too late. That's the same problem I have with the Storm community, where it's like, let's fix it after it's not worth saving. You wanna fix a community that there's no community for. It's delusional.
You've done a lot of training. Whoa! Looks like
You know.
you won.
Yeah, I know you said it in your video, and I'm like, yo, I feel the exact same way. And that's why I feel like, again, at a certain point, I genuinely do not feel like a lot of these dudes care. I can't feel like you care, and you like it's view chasing. Let's call it what it is. Let's call it exactly what it is. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not mince words. Let's call it exactly what that shit is, bro. It's view chasing. If the current algorithm, and this is exactly what I said in my video, and I got flack for it. Oh, Kaizen's talking negative about the community. What does Kaizen do? It's like, I'm just telling y'all exactly how it is before it happens, and then when it happens, it's like, oh, he was right. It's like months later, y'all see what I see, bro. I've been said this. It's view farming. When people say the game is negative, then everybody wants to upload a video about why the game is negative. Then suddenly, when one popular content creator talks about how to save the game, then everybody wants to talk about how to save the game. Nobody thinks for themselves, and the entire problem with that is now we have a dead player base, and now niggas want to talk about how to save Sparking Zero, the better things to do for Sparking Zero, what the DLC could look like for Sparking Zero. It's too late for that, bruh. It's too late for that. Nobody asked for Diamond. Nobody, let's be real, let's keep it 100% banned. Nobody gives a single fuck about Goma, about this fat nigga, about Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. I mean, it's cool, it's nice, like, okay, finally we got Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Nobody gives a fuck about this man, bro. Nobody asked for this man. Nobody asked for Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about them, bro. There's characters that we've been asked for that we don't have. No one gives a single fuck about any of these characters. Everybody who got back on the game to play these characters is already gone because, again, first of all, they don't even have diverse movesets. Most of them are copy and paste. Second of all, we still don't have new maps, new content. So at the end of the day, it's just like Xenoverse. You get on here for the new DLC for a phase, for a week, and then you get off the game. That's it. That's it. So the whole entire conversation of what we should have been doing should have been happened. That should have been happening when they went out to fly to Japan, and I've been said this, and again, I get flack for this. When they went to fly out to Japan the first time, or not Japan, or wherever they went to play the game early, when they got all that early footage, they should have been then talking about stuff that we need. And then when we didn't get it, that same first week when the game dropped, those should have been the videos dropping. Not, this character's broken, how to TOD with Goku, how to do this with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Nah, y'all should have been talking about how to improve the game so that in the long term, the developers can look and be like, okay, this is what we should be doing, not, you know what I'm saying, incentivizing for views and pocket watching. But when I say shit like that, I'm wrong, so hey man. Hey man. These are the type of videos y'all should have been making when the game first dropped, not after the player base is gone. Because now nobody cares. I mean, people gonna watch it because you know what I'm saying? You're their favorite content creator, so they gonna watch the video. But at the end of the day, there ain't nobody coming back to this shit. I haven't played Sparking Zero in literally 3 weeks. I don't care about this shit. You know, that time is way past, brother. That whole how to fix Sparking, I hope they listen. That's past, bro. They made their money. That's it. If Bandai makes a season 2 for the game, that's if they want to. They absolutely 100% know they don't gotta do shit, bro. They made their money. That's it, bro. You are scary. Bitch. That's all I'm saying, bro. He said niggas Griffin talking to Xenos about that last night. Word. Wonder why they didn't make those videos earlier. I mean, we know why. Come on, let's not pretend like we don't know why. We know why. It's the exact same reason I've been saying. Niggas care more about views than they actually care about the franchises that they claim they care about. That's all it is, bro. But because they got high view counts, niggas want to bootlick and pretend like that's not the reality. They wouldn't do that. Like, yeah, they would, bro. It's the same reason niggas release videos talking about how to do mechanics and things that are broken that would cook the same game that they're supposed to be supporting, bro. I've been saying this. This shit is not new. If I cared about a game, why would I, with a high view count, put out a guide on how to abuse a character that I know will hurt the damage of the long-term state of the game? Does that make sense to y'all? It seemed like common sense to me not to do that, because it's gonna hurt the game long-term. That's just me, right? That's just common sense. Starting to learn a lot of niggas don't got that. It's alright though. Hello? Oh. Goodbye. Bitch! You know what I'm saying? I feel like these guys have way more power than they think they do, or pretend that they do. Because at the end of the day, their opinion matters a lot. If Rhyme, Afro, Dada, Steedosh, Syriax, if every single one of them were to say this game is dog shit, them sales are dropping regardless, bro. It don't matter if it's Bandai, it don't matter if it's CC2, it don't matter if it's Dragon Ball, it don't matter what franchise it is or how popular it is. Their opinion is going to affect them sales at a certain point, to the point where it's like, all right, bro, we got to do something. It's not going to be too crazy. I'm not saying they're, you know, I'm saying they're that big in marketing, but, you know, combined with their viewer count, it's going to be to the point where Bandai or the company making the games is going to look at it and say, all right, you know, we should probably do something because we're losing a lot of money. Type shit. Your skill is lackluster. Yeah, you're kind of ass, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. But that Gohan won't carry you. No, that's all it is, bro. It's the frustration of going through the algorithm and now seeing people say how to save Sparking Zero, the things we could do better for Sparking Zero, the maps we need in Sparking Zero. Why are we waiting until now when the game is dead to start making these videos, brother? We're way behind schedule. This game came out when? Now we want to talk about how to fix the game? Nah. We are so behind schedule with that type of shit. It don't even make sense. It's literally not even funny. It's actually not even funny. It's very sad. It's ridiculous. Remember when dude said content creators? I remember that. I definitely remember that. I don't have time to waste. This is exactly why I got getting you. This is the exact reason why I got this, man. Gotta be careful. I can't damage the merchandise. I might be able to kill him in base. This nigga's kind of ass. Milky Cannon! Oops. That ass. You're kind of ass, bro. I haven't played this in weeks. You gotta give me a better challenge than this. That's better. Thanks. They don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. There's no way you're this ass when you want to go through. Oh. You keep relying on that ability. I'm sure one day it'll work out for you. Bye now. Oops. That's gonna hurt. Imagine the skills me. Scary. I wouldn't rematch. If I steal your body, you're getting washed. Crazy. He's not sane. I'm sorry, how did you do that? I should let him beat me up. Crazy. You gonna let me do this? Insane. I like that body of yours. Now I'm UI Goku. What about it? That ass. Why are you laughing like that? Getting washed. Soap and water. He said I'm delusional. I love that you admit it though. I respect that. I'm delusional. That's tough percent. I respect that you can at least admit that you're delusional. Nigga, press it wild. I'm delusional. I still hold. nasty. Ugh. Ugh. Gross. Cool zone. Turn him back, y'all. Itai! Ugh. That was gross. Ew. Just add an arcade mode. Nah, bro, I think we need a what we need is a multiplayer mode. We need something to, you know what I'm saying? We need a multiplayer mode. We need a team-based mode. I don't know why these common fucking sense things aren't in these games, but we need a nice good co-op mode.
Come on.
Bring it.
Vegeta, please train with me as I am now. If I want to protect my family, I need to be just as strong as you and Dad.
At least you're starting to look like a proper warrior. I'll whip you into shape.
Oh, father. So glad you can make it. Let's do this. Nasty work.
What's wrong?
It's not over!
I see you enjoy mashing.
Come back after you train some more.
That was nasty. I got Goku talking crazy. I like it.
Get back here!
It's that mashing. I don't. I'm sorry, was I supposed to watch that? You should already know that won't work on me. They don't. It's over. For me, that is. Man, this definitely hit me. I'm not sure how he got out of that, but I'll take it.
Let's try that again. Enough of that. I forgot my new rule. I don't know why I'm holding back. Oops. There you go. Sorry. I already know super attacks don't work on you. They don't. So I'll just beat you until you can breathe anymore. Not bad. Honestly, I like more multiplayer stuff, but I'm seeing more people say single player modes. Bro, nah. Anybody saying that they want more single player modes is absolutely positively fucking capping, because we have a whole bunch of single player modes and nobody played them shits. Lying out their teeth, bro. All dudes want to do is hop online and make videos about how they're the best ranked player. That's it. We need online multiplayer modes. That's it, bro. Anybody saying, oh, we need more single player modes is capping. Especially if they're content creators. Absolutely capping. Be delusional, father. You don't. Oh, no. They don't. You guys think this is gonna hit me? Damn. That was fucking rude as hell, Gerbu. Oh.
Maybe I used too much power, you think?
Yeah, nobody's playing single player, bro. Like I said, this isn't... Oh, God. I need to actually make a genuine video out of this and sit here and literally step by step dictate and explain why single player mode games back in the day worked versus now. Because people don't seem to have common sense to understand exactly what the difference is between now and then. And I'll break it down for you briefly, guys. Because I have the time. Right? Okay.
Whether or not I get to Super Saiyan 3 depends on you.
Okay.
October 31st.
So the reason why single player games back in the day were appealing is because the AI not only was more difficult, but because of the extensive moveless tech and things that we could pull off versus today. Everybody and their mother knows that games are made easier for people to pick up and play. Therefore, there's not that much extensive tech to learn. Things are easily abusable, and it's easy to see the win screen based on stupid tech. There's no incentive to learn in-game mechanics when you can pull off bullshit and get the same result. The difference is, back in the day on Infinite World, sure, I'm sure you could cheese with key blasts, Kamehameha across the map, the whole nine, but AIs were smart enough to vanish behind you. If you put the AI on max difficulty, there's only so much you can do. And everybody knows that. Everybody remembers when the AIs were difficult. Everybody remembers getting online and playing against that Frieza mission on Namek, bro. Everybody remembers doing that shit like 5, 6, 7, 8 times with Goku. Because that nigga was hard, bro. It was not easy.
So asking for single player modes in this day and age means that, first of all, the difficulty has to be upped. Second of all, the game has to have enough in-depth mechanics to make it difficult enough and incentivized enough for you to learn every single nook, cranny, and tech that is available in the game. There's no need for me to learn anything in Sparking Zero. I mean, now there is, because, you know, they put up enough patches for you to actually be good at the game, but, you know, we're talking about when Sparking Zero was being talked about in the common sense, there was no reason for me to make odds. There's no reason for me to learn the game. Why would I learn how to play Goku when I could just sit there and Spirit Bomb spam with the Awakening? You know what I mean? Why would I learn the game when I could just sit there and exploit? Same thing with Cooler. Why would I learn how to play Cooler when I can just spam this man's freeze ability over and over again? You know, back in the day, you couldn't do this stupid shit. So it all comes down to mechanics and how you build a game. You can't ask for single player game modes and then not understand how a game fundamentally works, or even care to understand how a game fundamentally works. So the same people begging for a single player game are the same people who don't even understand how Sparking Zero works on a fundamental pure level. Which is what aggravates me, because we're getting advice from people who don't even know how the game works. And people are nodding their head and listening to these content creators because they have clout, but truth be told, these niggas have no idea how to play these games. They get washed on a regular basis. They're not good. And that's not saying that you gotta be a sweat in order to have your opinion taken seriously, but come on, bro. At a certain level, you need to have some level of skill in order to understand exactly how the game fundamentally works. Not just because you have 100K subscribers or you got 1 million. No, bro. You gotta actually play the game. You gotta be good at the game. And a lot of these takes that these dudes are giving, they're not good at these games. The game comes out, they play it for a couple, they drop, you know, exploit tech, and then they leave. None of these dudes are actually good. None of them. I haven't played this game in over 3 months, and I guarantee you I would wash every single one of them. Like 2 or 3 months, I have not played this game once. I barely touched it. These are things that are important. These are things that you have to know in order to take somebody's opinion seriously and for it to actually matter in the long-term scale.
Winner of Super Saiyan 3 ends with you.
The more intense the battle, the further my limits are pushed.
You know, these are all the certain types of things that we need to be looking at and taking seriously, but we don't. And it's the reason why these games come out ass, and the reason why not only do these games not get taken seriously, but Bandai doesn't know exactly what to put out, or, you know, what to do. You know? Everybody's saying, oh, we need more single player content. We need more single player content. We have a bunch of single player content. Y'all niggas barely touched it. And on top of the fact is, y'all are the same content creators that were asking for niggas to nerf grade 8 boss battles. Are you kidding me? How can I take your opinion seriously, especially when you're asking for single player content, when you're the same content creators that were begging for the grade 8 to be nerfed? Grade 8 Vegeta. I beat him the first try. You know what I mean? These are just little factors and things to look at when we're looking at these people's opinion and taking it seriously or not. And there's nothing wrong, like, do not get me wrong, there's absolutely, positively nothing wrong with being a casual gamer. You know, these are big content creators, they got a lot of shit going on, they got a lot of editing, a lot of networking, they got a lot of events, they have a lot to do, so I don't expect them to be, you know what I'm saying, I don't expect these guys to be pro level. You know, they have lives, they have girlfriends, they have jobs, they got careers, they got other stuff they got to do outside of YouTube. But don't paint yourself as somebody who's a reliable source that people should be listening to if you don't have the experience to back it up. If you don't have the experience and you have no idea what's meta, you have no idea what's broken, you have no idea what does what, you should not be making videos talking about this, and that. You just shouldn't. There's nothing wrong with giving your opinion, but when you start genuinely painting yourself as that guy, that's when I have a problem. Because Bandai might actually look at your video and say, hey, this man's spitting. You know, they might actually look at it and say, this is what the community thinks, and this is not what the community thinks. You know? And then you got an entire new problem. It should kill him. Goodbye. You know what I'm saying? I would take Prestige's opinion in terms of what to do with Dragon Ball over Rhyme Style or Afro, anybody else who made a video on how to fix Dragon Ball, because I know for a fact he's climbed the ranks, he's done the gameplay, he's put the time in, and he understands more about the game fundamentally than these people. That doesn't mean that their opinion shouldn't be valued at all, not at all, I'm not saying that, but again, at a certain point, this is where watching your viewers and watching your content creators comes into effect, which is what I was saying in my video. I'm not hate farming these people. I'm not saying that their opinion isn't valid. What I am saying, however, is that people need to stop taking their opinions and their ideologies on such a strong faith level when these people clearly do not play these games long term. They have no fucking idea what they're talking about. They're not good, respectfully. Like I said, you don't need to be a pro. I'm not asking you to get on here and play 24 hours a day and, be top 20 in the world. That's delusional. At that point, you don't touch grass. And we've already seen what that looks like on the Storm level. Sometimes getting opinions from people who do nothing but play the game is not good either. We've already seen what that looks like from Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. You get people who play the game all day and they feel like they're God because they do nothing but play the game all day. Sometimes that isn't in the game's best interest either. Especially when they take it upon themselves to speak for an entire community and they're not the community, right? So it's a very, small fold that you gotta kind of go into, and it all just comes down to people paying attention and just not being drones, which is the ultimate problem in the community. People just yes-manning shit, Is a very, very difficult, there's a very difficult middle ground. And then this is why I think you need both opinions. You need people who are inexperienced, and then you need people who are experienced. I don't think it is good to have somebody who's a top pro player, because then they're going to sit there and try to dictate what's best for the game, and they're only going to dictate what's best for them to stay pro player, which we've seen on Storm. We've seen the devs nerf mechanics in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm to better the community, and then the same people who want to stay pro nerf those mechanics and turn it back around in order for them to stay in that position, because they know without those mechanics they weren't good. They took these mechanics out the game, and these dudes suddenly, no buffering, no bullshit. Suddenly these guys are losing matches left and right, and they say, oh no, we gotta fix that, we gotta put it back. The community wants this back, and really it's we want this back so we can, stay looking good on screen, right? And we don't want that for sparking, right? You wouldn't want that from any game. If I were to get on Star Wars Battlefront 2 and I should say Vader should keep his ability to block while throwing his lightsaber, and then the developers finally decide, okay, this is fucking broken. When he throws his lightsaber, he shouldn't be able to block at all, because that's common sense. And then I start losing matches, I start losing sets and first to fives, and then I go, let me send a letter to the developers and tell them that the community wants Vader to still block while he's throwing his lightsaber because they feel like he's just useless without it. And then the developers take my word on it and change a patch on that to make me look good while taking my word on it, then, it creates problems. And like I said, I'm not saying Rhyme Style and Afro and anybody else who made a video's opinion isn't valid. Everybody's valid to their own opinion. I'm happy that at least they're looking at it, but like I said, that time is a little past, buddy. If we were gonna sit here and make these how to improve sparking videos, we should have done that when the game first came out, 1 or 2 weeks ahead. We shouldn't be making how to fix Sparking Zero videos when the game is already dead. Let's not pretend like we don't all know the game is dead. It's dead. There's nothing we can do about it. This game is absolutely positively fried. No matter what DLC they put out, no matter what, it doesn't matter what Bandai does at this point. people are gonna come by for a week and then they're gonna leave. That's the fate of Sparking Zero now, because that's the precedence that the community set. That's the precedence that the developer set. That's just how it is. You know? And it's unfortunate, but that's y'all fault. And again, this is where I pull up, and this is where I make my videos. This is where the rant videos came in. This is where the community is toxic videos really take shine. And I take pride in it. I know people are like, oh, well, you just did the same repetitive videos over and over again. But you guys got to really look at it from the outside and realize exactly why I was making the videos, and really look at it from the outside perspective of, yes, we all know the game deserved way more. We all expected more. We all deserve more. We should have maps. We should have costumes. We should have outfits. We should have customization. There's no excuse why, with all the stuff we have in Dragon Ball, we don't have shit. There's none. But as a community that so-called loves Dragon Ball, you guys really did not do a single fucking thing to, you know, really uplift this game and put it in a better of light. Like, y'all did y'all absolute best to make sure this game died off 10 times quicker than it could. And nobody can change my opinion on that. You can't. You know? You guys are begging for more content. You're begging for more stuff. You're saying we don't have enough. And the simple shit that we already have in the game, you guys don't use. You know what I mean? That's the truth. That's the reality of it. We got 100+ characters and y'all niggas use 10, and you want to know why we don't have more characters. It's a bit contradictory at a certain point. It's very contradictory at a certain point. You want the developer to put more characters in the game when y'all don't know how to play half of the roster? That's a bit delusional, in my opinion. It sounds like you guys want the roster to be there just so that you can say that we have the roster, you know? And it just comes down to the drone mindsets and the people farming content just for the sake of farming content, because that's the type of shit we're talking about right now. Like I already said, YouTube morality is very subjective to the person. What's right and wrong based on what a game is or what people should have is very subjective. But at the end of the day, if you support a franchise, right, and you're a die-hard Dragon Ball fan like you pretend, right, and you want a game or franchise to work, then you should be putting in the work to make sure that the game survives as long as possible. Because that's what you're printing on paper. But, you know, God forbid I say that, you know. That's just how I view it. I think we're way past the how to save Sparking. Like, why? You know, it's almost ridiculous to a certain point. It's like we're making how to save Sparking videos when the game is dead. Delusional. It's very fucking delusional. We spent half the year talking about the downfall of Sparking Zero, and now that we might have a percentage chance of a DLC 2, now everybody wants to talk about the things that Bandai could do better. Bro, they got their money. You think Bandai's gonna sit there and watch Rhymestyle's video and put shit in the game? When man spent half the year talking about all the bad shit in Sparking Zero? No. It's the same thing with everybody else. You want the company to take y'all seriously when you spent half the year hate farming the game, and now because it's the cool thing to do, everybody wants to talk about how to uplift the game? Nah, bro. Delusional. They already made their money. There's zero incentive to go back and listen to any of these video formats. Delusional. It's a waste of time. You should have done that when the game first dropped, when there was a chance for them to say, okay, we're losing money, you know, these content creators have a pretty big voice, you know, this could actually hurt us. Let's, you know, let's put together a little meeting, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what we can do. But we wait until the game is already dead in the water, and now we want to talk about how to save Sparking Zero. It's sad. Seriously. Yes. I'm drinking it. Here you go.
You see, I'm able to survive in the vacuum of space. But can you? Check out. Now perish along with this dragon!
You know, the time has passed, bro. Do we deserve more, though? I don't think we do. I know everybody wants more content, but I don't think as a community we do. If I were a developer, I wouldn't drop a single fucking thing. Alright, this game is dead. Let me try Bleach. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm tired of waiting. Like I said, if I were a developer, I wouldn't drop a single motherfucking thing, bro. I made my money. Let's wait 3, 5, 10 years, and then we're gonna drop a Sparking Zero 2. Let's farm the dorks. Let's let them do their job, and then let's do the exact same fucking thing we did for the first game and make our money. That's exactly what I would do. That's what I would do. Real shit. That's exactly what I'd do. Like, alright, bet. We made our sales, bet. Now we just wait. You know, I was at my dad's house. This was December. This is way late December when we should have been looking at what to do for Sparking Zero, you know? How to improve Sparking Zero, how to fix Sparking Zero, the downfall, you know? No. I was at my dad's house and it killed my motivation to upload any content because I typed Sparking Zero in the algorithm to do my homework and all the fuck I see is the downfall of Sparking Zero. Why Sparking Zero failed? What, bro? The developers failed us. They lied to us. The truth about Sparking Zero. That's literally all we have seen for the past like half a year. But because now we have an opportunity for DLC 2, now we're going to talk about what to do to fix the game. No developer in their right mind is now within the second year going to start implementing shit to fix the game. Even Xenoverse 2 doesn't do that. And I know people look at Xenoverse 2 as the golden child, like, oh, but they're still getting support. No, bro. Don't want a Xenoverse 2. Xenoverse 2 is a dead horse in the water, bro. They drop DLC, niggas get on that game for 2 days and they drop it, bro. That's not good. That's sad. Bandai's only using that game as a cash cow. Nobody stays on that game past 2 days after the DLC. They drop a new character, everybody hops online, they try it for a day or two, they find out the TODs, they find out the combos, the infinites, blah, blah, blah. They put it on their CSCs, they get the new outfits, the customization, and then they get off, bro. Nobody's staying on Xenoverse 2 past that initial unlock phase. Nobody. And you would never want your game to fall under that same boat, because that is absolutely sad and ridiculous. DLC drops, your player base goes to 1,000, and then 24, 48 hours later, your player base is 48. That is sad. It's delusional. It's bad. It's horrible. That's disgusting. Player base drops straight down to 100. Nobody's on the game. But that's the type of precedence, that's the environment that people are trying to set Sparking Zero up for. It's like, oh, Xenoverse still gets DLC. No, bro, y'all don't understand. Y'all are looking at it from the, oh, they're still dropping content side of things. Yeah, they're still dropping content, but how long do people stay for that content? How long do people indulge that content? Niggas get on there, unlock their character traits, and get off, bro. Nobody is getting on Xenoverse 2 to play the new DLC past a week. Nobody. Except for little kids and dorks. Nobody's doing that shit, bro. Netcode is dog shit. Hitboxes are dog shit. The game doesn't make fundamental sense. It's garbage. So it's sad to try to hope to God that your game winds up in the same exact place as Xenoverse. That is sad. It's absolutely horrific, bro. I hope Sparking Zero winds up there. It's like, no, bro. I would rather a game die out than to wind up in some milk-fested deck dog shit where they drop content and it doesn't last more than, 48 hours. It's disgusting. Quick little guide video and then you just dip out. It's sad. You waking at 1? I don't even know why it doesn't answer that though. What are you not answering? Because I don't know what you do when I wake. What you need to do. Yo, Dizzy, good names. Look at this fucking picture, bro. This is the exact reason of what I'm talking about. Look at this shit, bro. You don't want your game to be Bleach Reboot Souls, bro. This is sad. No fucking matches. It's 12 a.m. And I get it, but this is horrible. It's 12 a.m. and I don't have a single fucking match. This game is not that old, bro. It's disgusting. This is horrible. This is an absolute fucking tragedy. Are you kidding me? Fucking look at this. 4 fucking people on your video game at 12:28 a.m. on a fucking Friday, a weekend where niggas got no work, nothing to do, no hobbies, all the kids are out of school, everybody's at home doing fucking nothing, smoking blunts, watching anime, reading manga, playing video games, and you're telling me you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking people on your video game? A game that dropped in, excuse the shit out of me, fucking August? That was 2 months ago. Are you kidding me? 2 fucking months and you have 5 people in your lobby? Get the fuck out of here, bro. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely unacceptable. But that's because, first of all, this game was overhyped. Second of all, niggas lied about the mechanics of the game. We're not going to talk about who. And third of all, it's repetitive. But this is the first Bleach game we've ever had in months, years, decades, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's exciting to actually get a fucking game, but then again, it's like, you play the game, there's not too much to it. You got 6 people in a fucking game. That is absolutely disgusting. That is memeable. Oh god. Who wakes up in the AM? If you wake up in the AM, you're a psychotic. You're a serial killer. I don't care, bro. Look at these dead games, these anime games that I subject myself to. Let's see if My Hero, I'm sorry, Demon Slayer has any player base. Yada 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 yada. Waking up at 12. Sounds like a drag. I wonder if anybody's on this game. Unbelievable. April? Are you sure?